The contrast is like really crazy because like growing up, I never even went to detention once. So prior to my addiction, my life, I seemed like I had a good family life. My parents gave me everything I needed. Um, I had a bunch of friends, played baseball, basketball, was in top 10, graduating in my class, over 4.0. So, it was a stark contrast between my addiction and that. I drank a little bit in high school, and then when I went to college, that's where it got more out of hand. Right before COVID hit, I was working at a Taekwondo gym, and so when COVID did hit, I got laid off there, and nowhere else was hiring. And so I moved back home. So I was kind of halfway depressed about that, feeling like a loser. And also, it seemed like the world was ending around me. And at the same time, that it seemed like the whole world was ending. My parents got divorced. So it's like my social life was ending, my family life was ending. It was like too much to handle at once. So I just coped with alcohol. I didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel. I basically was just so depressed and so unfulfilled all the time. I just wanted to be drunk. If I was awake, I wanted to be drunk. I was hiding it from my family because they didn't approve of it. So I would have to drive to go get more. So that's how I ended up getting the DUIs. I got 3 DUIs in 1 year's time. It really wasn't until I woke up in jail not knowing what happened. I was like, all right, maybe I do have a problem. And had no priors before I got 3 DUIs in 1 year. So I'm really blessed in that regard that they were willing to not throw the book at me so much and sign off on me coming to a rehab. I started out in the program only being here because it's kind of what I had to do. But then I started to really love the program and love being fed by the word so much and being around pastors all the time and people who are actually sober and living for the Lord. So you get to see what you want in life and what you don't want. But like if you haven't changed the way you look at things and you're the same old jerk, you've just been clean for a year and you haven't addressed any of the root causes of why you were getting drunk and getting high all the time. I felt like this was my Jonah moment or my Apostle Paul road to Damascus moment where I just needed to get some sense smacked into me because I was too hard-headed to be persuaded into better behavior, you know what I mean? My eyes began to be opened. It was like, there's no way you can live a life of sin and feel no remorse for it and you're saved. Your works don't save you, but if you are saved, you're going to have good works. And I had no good works. I wasn't helping anybody. Only thing I cared about was myself and what I can do to make myself happy. This is the first time in my life I've had like a good Christian community around me, so I'm really glad to have that. Because it's really a great program and there's so many great Christian people that come together to make it happen. Even if you do the program and you follow all the rules, if you don't give it to God and you don't give your life to God, it's just a year sober for nothing. Sobriety is great, but what we're going for is Jesus. I really enjoyed Jobs for Life with Josh teaching that. I've really enjoyed having someone I could relate to who was an addict and then seeing how God had turned their life completely around. Because I had worked before, but I don't think I know I didn't ever give my 100%. And number 2, I never felt fulfilled in anything I did in life before. I think a big part of that was I wasn't saved. I think part of the reason why I went into boys' college and Southern Seminary is I'm really fascinated with like learning the Greek of the Bible and translations. That's like my main passion. I don't know how I could actually do that as a job unless I was like a professor or something, but I'm really passionate about addiction and recovery because I know what it's like to try to quit on your own. And I think Jesus, he would be involved with these type of people if he was here today. So I definitely like the whole recovery community, and I would like to serve in a capacity where I feel like I'm actually helping people. But other than that, I'm going to try to finish school. I don't know what God wants me to do specifically. I'm thinking probably something in recovery because this is what's turned my life around. I just knew I've been living my whole life for myself and it didn't work. So I just want to give the rest of my life 100% to God, and I'll let him work out the details because I don't know exactly how it looks like as a career path in the future. But I know I want to live for God and not for me.